Hi everyone, welcome to Consumer Behaviour. My name's Shane Murphy. I just wanted to introduce myself personally through this video. Welcome to the start of semester. I'm just going to give you a quick overview of the unit and a little bit about myself. And I'll have these PDFs available for download. I've got a lot of varied experience, worked in digital marketing and in Sydney and recently up in Brisbane as well. Plenty of experience across lots of different sectors. I've actually got a marketing degree and a hospitality management double degree. And I've recently completed a master's in digital marketing as it relates to the music industry. So I also teach digital marketing as well. I've been teaching consumer behaviour for 13 years. I'm personally very fascinated in the psychology of consumer behaviour, what makes people tick, and what motivates and moves people into action. So I really enjoy this unit. I think it's a great underpinning unit for as a marketer, and understanding the why you create certain strategies, what's driving how you design a website, and everything I do as a marketer. I always think of it from the perspective of the consumer and what are they thinking and what are they feeling. I don't really care about what I think. I think the consumer is at the heart of marketing. So that's really important. So it is cross-disciplinary, and we cover psychology, social psychology, culture, a whole range of aspects. So I think it's quite a different unit to your other marketing units. So I really like that. The other thing I also suggest to students is be careful that the way that you act and behave and think as a consumer is not necessarily indicative of the person next to you. That's why I suggest, certainly in my face-to-face classes, leaving your shoes at the door. In this case, in the online space, just sort of being aware that everyone's quite different, and it's quite a complex area and topic actually. So in terms of support, you've got your online services number there and email for administration and technical issues. So that's where they can help you, and for all of course content related issues you can speak to me. And additionally, if you have other sort of contextual issues, I guess, with your study, or you need further support, or you need to talk to someone other than me, you can also contact the academic advisor who is there and available. So in terms of your actual material support, if you have access to either the Brisbane or APM campuses or any other campuses around Australia, or libraries, you can actually go in and pull out any kind of consumer behaviour textbook. I don't really have a preference. There's many different books out there on consumer behaviour. It's not an area that gets, in terms of a theoretical basis, gets outdated too quickly. There's a lot of good books out there and available, but probably the one that's accessible online, if you go into your subject resources, the book by Ling, I would say is a good starting point. There's two good ebooks there, so I would say they are really important in the development of your theoretical understanding of consumer behaviour. The lecture notes each week are a good summary of each topic. So don't be afraid to reference the lecture notes or those ebooks. I would expect to see those as references in your reports. I've put my contact details up online. Mobile phone only for urgent matters. Available 9 to 5 business hours as well. Cool. So there is also an academic skills, it's called a learning and academic skills unit, that's also available on your homepage if you'd like to touch up on your report writing or referencing skills. So really the expectations of this unit is definitely checking in on a weekly basis into the subject. Checking the discussion forums, contributing to the discussion forums is important. There are 2 assessed discussion forums, so they are mandatory to be involved with. But the other discussion forums that I'll be putting up on a weekly basis will really help you stay connected to the course. So I really encourage you to be involved in those discussion forums, even if you're only making short comments. I'm okay with that, but I would like you to look at the stimulus and have a think about why I've presented that on a weekly basis, and make comment on that where possible. So it's yeah, and it's really important as well to stick to the deadlines. I think that's important. I think it's in fairness to all the other students who everyone's busy. So in fairness to all those other students, I really expect people to get their work in the deadline. There is a formal process of extension if you've got mitigating circumstances that you didn't consider at the start of semester. But by all means, get in touch with me well in advance of due dates in order to discuss extension processes. All right, so the three assessments there's three assessments. The first one, assessment, the assess discussion forum is two parts. I'll be going over and reviewing those in the collaborate session next week. Um, obviously review those briefs. If you've got any question about what's expected, you can contact me in that discussion forum, ideally, or via email, or via the assess discussion, or sorry, via the assessment discussion forum, which is up there on your portal page. So I'll go into those in detail in this collaborate session. Needless to say, the assess discussion forums is really about applying consumer behaviour theory. The quiz is going to be about reviewing the first 5 weeks of material, and the written report is a fascinating investigation or psychoanalysis of your own buying behaviours. So you can check that brief out. Very exciting to hopefully learn a lot more about yourself as a person, as a consumer, and hopefully understand a lot more about the whys when you're developing marketing strategy. As I said, there's a lot of really interesting theories. You're not meant to be applying all of those theories, but you should be reviewing those, reviewing the notes, and applying those theories that I think that you resonate with, that are applicable across each topic. The lecture notes are a summary of what I think as a marketer, or I've been involved in the course development of this unit, are quite applicable theories. So I definitely think that's a good starting point. So all the best. I hope you have a great semester, and please make sure you stay in touch, and please make sure that you read the weekly emails that I send out on Monday or Tuesday morning. So keep an eye out for that, and I quite often include a little link to the latest theory or videos in those as well. So good luck.